in the heart of the sprawling metropolis. Amidst the ceaseless symphony of sirens and the hurried footsteps of a million strangers, a man stood utterly alone. The concrete and glass towers that once symbolized opportunity now loomed like monolithic tombstones, casting long, indifferent shadows. A wave of cold realization washed over him. The life he knew was gone, and in its place a stark, unforgiving emptiness. He had nothing, no home, no resources, no one. His reflection in a darkened storefront window showed a face etched with shock, a portrait of despair against the backdrop of a city that had forgotten him. The world kept moving, a blur of motion and noise, but for him time had frozen on the precipice of survival. The initial dives were a brutal lesson in desperation. Primal needs, once met with a simple turn of a key or a swipe of a card, became monumental challenges. Thirst was a constant, tormenting companion, a fire in his throat that drove him through deserted alleyways and across vacant plazas. He finally found relief at a public fountain in a forgotten park, the cool metallic taste of the water a life-affirming elixir. As night fell, the city's chills seeped into his bones and the need for shelter became paramount. He became a scavenger, his eyes scanning the urban detritus for anything of value. With hands that were clumsy and sore, he pieced together a refuge from discarded cardboard, plastic sheeting, and broken pallets, a fragile barrier against the unforgiving elements and the unseen dangers of the night. Slowly, despair began to yield to a raw, resilient ingenuity. The city, once a landscape of alienation, started to reveal its hidden resources to his newly sharpened senses. He learned to see not trash but tools, not obstacles but opportunities. The urban environment was a new kind of wilderness, and he was learning its secrets. In a moment of quiet focus, he sat by an industrial canal, painstakingly bending a simple aluminum contav into a crude but effective fishing hook. He baited it with an earthworm dug from a patch of neglected soil. The triumphant splash as he pulled a small shimmering fish from the murky water was more than just a meal. It was a victory, a powerful testament to his growing ability to adapt and endure. He was no longer just a victim of his circumstances. He was becoming a survivor. Weeks bled into a month, and the man transformed. The look of fear was replaced by a quiet confidence, his movements purposeful and efficient. He navigated the concrete canyons with the assurance of a seasoned explorer, his internal map of the city redrawn with locations of freshwater sources, secure sleeping spots, and foraging grounds. He discovered a forgotten balcony high on an abandoned residential building, a small sun-drenched patch of forgotten potential. There, in salvaged buckets and cracked planters, he cultivated a small garden.